Assalamualaikum and good day. My name is Nurul Ain binti Muhammad Wazir. For this section, I will present the background and overview of 3 articles related to industrial hygiene hazard in the workplace. The first article reports a fatal hydrogen sulfide incident at a wastewater lift station in Trinity County, Texas, United States. During routine mechanical maintenance on a pump station motor, sewage backflow occurred and released high levels of hydrogen sulfide gas into a confined space manhole. One worker became unconscious due to toxic gas exposure, and 2 other workers were later exposed during rescue attempts. This case highlight major hazards such as confined space entry and acute exposure to toxic gases. The second article involved a final gas leak at a chemical manufacturing factory in Lunas, Kedah, Malaysia. The incident occurred during chemical handling and processing activities when panel gas was accidentally released into the workplace atmosphere. Several workers inhaled the gas and experienced respiratory irritation, requiring immediate medical treatment. This case highlights a chemical inhalation hazard, poor air quality, and risk related to unsafe chemical handling. The third article reports an isocyanate-based chemical spill at an industrial manufacturing factory in Tanjung Malim, Perak, Malaysia. The leak occurred during the operation and monitoring of a chemical piping system, exposing workers to hazardous chemicals. As a result, 11 workers experienced breathing discomfort and irritation and were sent for medical treatment. This incident highlights hazards related to chemical exposure, equipment failure, and workplace contamination. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Sophia. I'm going to explain the industrial hygiene elements related to this case. First, I will discuss the factors contributing to the hazard. The first factor is the presence of hazardous chemicals and toxic gases. In the manhole incident, hydrogen sulfide or H2S was produced from sewage waste. This gas is highly toxic and can be fatal at higher levels. In the factory cases, workers were exposed to panel gas and chemical vapors due to leakage and spills, which make the air dangerous to inhale. The second factor is poor ventilation. The manhole is a confined space with very limited air circulation, so toxic gases can be built up quickly. In the factory, the ventilation system was also not effective, allowing chemical vapors to spread and increase workers' exposure. The third factor is the lack of proper controls and PPE. There was inadequate hazard identification and training. Workers were not properly protected with suitable respiratory equipment like SCBA, which increased the severity of the incidents. Next, the main route of entry was inhalation. Workers breathing in contaminated air containing hydrogen sulfide and panel vapors. This risk is higher in confined or poorly ventilated areas. Panel can also enter through the skin, but inhalation was the main route in these cases. In terms of health effects, hydrogen sulfide can cause irritation of the eyes and throat, headache, dizziness, and at higher levels loss of consciousness and even death. Panel vapors can cause coughing, breathing, difficulty, dizziness, and in several cases, hospitalizations. So overall, these cases highlight the importance of proper industry hygiene controls to protect workers' health and safety. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Akila. I would like to present 3 cases in where hazardous chemical exposure in the workplace. In the first case, 3 workers died in a manhole because of hydrogen sulfide gas from sewage maintenance. Hydrogen sulfide is a very toxic. The safe limit is 20 ppm and anything above 100 ppm is extremely dangerous. The workers was exposed to a very high concentration which caused loss of consciousness, breathing failure, and also death. The second case happened in a factory when 4 workers were rushed to the hospital because of fatal gas leak. It is a very dangerous to save acceptable limit is only 5 ppm and the ideal H level is 250 ppm. Since the workers needed immediately medical attention, it showed that the exposure level was very unsafe. The third case involved a 50-liter spill of isocyane due to broken pipeline. 11 workers experienced breathing problem and eye irritation. Isonate is a very harmful even at a very low concentration. The safe limit is only 0.02 ppm. Overall, all three cases show that the workers were exposed above safety limits. The main problem was poor safety control, weak monitoring, and a slow emergency response. The consequences include serious heart defect, hospitalization, and even death. Workplace safety management needs to improve and stronger control measures are needed to protect workers. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Nurja Izana and I'm going to explain about the control measures and justifications. Based on the incident discussed, effective control measures are important to prevent chemical exposure and protect workers' health and safety. These measures should focus on controlling hazards at the source rather than relying only on personal protective equipment. For the first case involving hydrogen sulfide exposure in a confined space, the most effective control measures is continuous gas monitoring together with forced ventilation before entry. Hydrogen sulfide can build up in confined spaces like manholes and may not be detected by human sense at high levels. Gas monitoring helps detect dangerous gas levels early, while forced ventilation removes contaminated air and brings in fresh air. This helps prevent workers from being exposed to toxic gas. And the second case reported by the store involving a final gas leak in a factory, the most suitable control measure is an automatic gas leak detection system with an emergency alarm and containment mechanism. Phenol is a hazardous chemical that can cause serious health effects if inhaled. Early detection and alarm system allow workers to evacuate quickly, while containment helps limit the spread of the gas. This control measure is more effective than relying on PPE alone, as gas leaks can happen suddenly. For the third case reported by Sina Harian, where an isocyanate spill occurred due to a damaged pipeline, regular inspection and preventive maintenance of pipelines are the best control measures. Isocyanate is dangerous even at very low levels and can cause breathing problems and eye irritation. Regular inspections help identify damage early, while preventive maintenance reduces the risk of leaks. Overall, these control measures follow the hierarchy of controls by focusing on engineering and preventive measures. By using early detection, proper maintenance, and hazard control at the source, the risk of chemical exposure can be reduced and a safer workplace can be created.
Good day everyone, my name is Hafiza and today I will explain the main laws that regulate workplace safety and health in Malaysia based on the cases discussed. First, the main law is the Occupational Safety and Health Act 1994, Act 514. Under Section 15, employers have a legal duty to ensure, as far as practicable, the safety, health and welfare of their employees at work. And this includes providing a safe system of work and protecting workers from exposure to dangerous substances. In the case where workers were found dead in a manhole, the employer may have failed to control the risk of toxic gas accumulation in a confined space. And similarly, in the phenol gas leak and chemical spill cases, workers were exposed to hazardous chemicals. And this shows that the employer may not have fulfilled their general duty under Section 15 of OSHA 1994. Second, we have the Occupational Safety and Health Use and Standards of Exposure of Chemicals Hazardous to Health Regulations 2000. These regulations are made under OSHA 1994 and specifically focus on the management of hazardous chemicals in the workplace. Employers are required to conduct chemical risk assessments, monitor exposure levels, and implement proper control measures. In the phenol gas leak and chemical spill cases, the workers were exposed to dangerous chemicals, which suggests that proper risk assessment and exposure control may not have been carried out. Third, the Occupational Safety and Health, Notification of Accident, Dangerous Occurrence, Occupational Poisoning and Occupational Disease Regulations 2004 require employers to report serious workplace incidents to the Department of Occupational Safety and Health, or DOSH. These regulations apply to all three cases because the incidents resulted in death, hospitalization, or serious health effects. Failure to report such incidents is an offence under Occupational Safety and Health Law. And lastly, the Industry Code of Practice on Safe Working in a Confined Space 2010 provides practical guidance on managing waste in confined spaces such as manholes. Although it is not a statutory act, it is used as a reference to determine whether an employer has complied with their responsibilities under OSHA 1994. And in the manhole case, this code is highly relevant because it explains the proper safety procedures for confined space entry. In conclusion, all these laws and regulations show that employers have a clear responsibility to protect workers from hazardous conditions, and failure to comply can lead to serious legal consequences and, more importantly, loss of lives. That's all from me. Thank you.